to the car on a Friday night. I wanna drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town. I've never seen a sky so blue. We don't ever play it and the night is young. It doesn't matter what we do. There ain't nobody like. There ain't nobody like. You look so beautiful. And I'm so lucky to be yours. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. Talking by yourself and you make me smile. I can listen all night long. I tell you about the time when I first met you, listening to our favorite song. Walking on the street when you caught my eye, something about the way you move. No, there ain't nobody like. There ain't nobody like. So lucky to be yours. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like you. Jump into the car on a Friday night. I wanna drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town. I've never seen a sky so blue. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like you.
Okay guys, welcome. I hope you're all well. I thought I may as well do a little stream as I was just about to turn on the game for a little bit of a late night session. So for you guys that weren't here previously, we have been working on some farms. My goal is to create a realistic looking farm, and the new series is a very rural based series. So we are sort of trying to make realistic farmlands. We're trying to make it look good, and also realistically function as well. So yes, I did look on the workshop. We've got a few more assets, so I think the first thing we're going to do is just get these into our little area over here. I'm going to place down the assets I've found as of late. So these are the ones we've been working with. Let's just place down the ones that I did find. So I got some cows. Got all the cows now. So we've got a nice array of cows, combination of laying down and all sorts, which is pretty cool. We got some sheep as well. I found a nice stable as well, which I'm looking forward to placing down. This is going to go in our horses field, which we started to work on last stream. So we've got that. We've got some troughs as well for the horses and obviously the other animals. Yes, Rick 4000 has made some great UK stuff, and to be fair, the reason why I'm doing another UK series is because the last time I created the UK series, there was hardly any decent UK buildings or assets in general. So since then, Rick 4000, Sparks, and obviously Mac Welshman have created some sensational UK assets. So if you are a fan of UK builds and you want to do your own, make sure you're checking out both of those three people, because they are probably the three best, in my opinion, creators of UK assets. So check those out. That's so we've got Rick 4000, Mac Welshman, and Sparks also has done some very nice UK stuff. So check those out. I also managed to find a greenhouse, which we wasn't able to find last time. So we've got a greenhouse here now, which is good. We're able to put that down. I also got some solar panels as well, so we can definitely make use of those. A couple of different sizes I found. So I want to do a solar panel field area as well, which will go down quite nicely. I think they're the best ones I found. There was also the cornfield. Was it cornfield? It was the low poly one. Let's see how we can find this. I think it was cornfield by, I think it was this one by P Delmo, which are they're terrain formable, so they'll go across the land if there's lumps, so it follows the terrain, which is good. So we can definitely put these down. This will be a nice asset to add as well. Hello, I'm Pod Gamer Casual Stream. Well, Jerome, it's actually 10:47 in the UK, but yeah, you're right. I am casually streaming late tonight, and I actually had a little bit of a nap earlier as well, so I thought I'll play a little bit of the game, and I thought myself I may as well do a bit of a stream, you know, if anyone else is awake or, you know, setting themselves in bed and wants to watch something for an hour or so. Here we are. I also, so yeah, we're just going through the assets I found since the last stream, Jerome. And we've got some farm gates as well, which is pretty cool. We was lacking those last time, so we've got some farm gates, which I'll put down here. We got this one, which can obviously be turned around to be a double, which looks nice. I think we used that last time, maybe, not too sure. This is the one I do like. It's like the cattle fence, sorry, the cattle gate. So we can definitely make use of those. What else do we get? Got some. What were these? I didn't actually look at these. Dandelion. That's the fields again. Let's type in P Delmo. So we've got the corn ones. So the reeds will be quite nice as well. Definitely want to utilize those at some points. What else we got? See, P Delmo has got some really good stuff. We've got the corn ones down. What's this? Okay, so I think that's those ones. We've got that. We've got that. Let's see what else we've got. I found a tank, slurry tank. They all look great. Yeah, they're pretty good, these ones. I did have some help. I found a few collections, and the Sheik found some, well, has a collection of some farm related assets, so I used those as well. I was trying to find some barns, and I'm not too sure if we can get a way of using these in the UK build. We're already using this. This one's fine. That's UK looking, in my opinion. These red barns, I'm not too sure if they're more American than UK, but I got those anyway because they do look nice. We've got a chicken barn as well, so we can definitely utilize. I keep saying utilize those. Which area of the UK is this? This area is based on the Isle of Wight. So if I zoom out, this is the Isle of Wight. Over here is Portsmouth and Southampton, etc. So it's the very south side, in between the end of Portsmouth and France. Good evening, Bartholomew. I'm glad you can join. We're just going through the assets that I found on the workshop to add to what we've already got. So we've got some nice fences. If you remember last time, we was missing some of those fences. Those big barns look like giant sheds that we grow mushrooms in. Which ones? The red ones. Everything looks British if you fit it in well enough. That is true. That is true, Quantrum. That is true. We did find a lot of nice stuff, to be fair. And I wonder if... Can we change the colour of this? Alright, change the whole thing. Okay, so some of these buildings we can change the colour of, but it looks like these haven't been modelled to be able to do that. Not sure you guys do this in the UK, but in the US we have a lot of mechanised farming, even in very rural areas. There is a lot of that going on. Everything is now catered towards let's make more profit. If we can do it with machinery, we will do. But yeah, a lot of it still is done as farmland, because there's a lot of farmland in the UK, to be fair. Only an hour and a half from there. Oh, nice. So you sort of south of London, or are you more towards Cornwall-y sort of way? So we also got an industrial tank as well. Now, I've been told these sort of things are on farms. Got some water tanks as well. But you'd have to help me understand where these sort of things would go. But I was told that there is sort of water things that are put around farmlands. Maybe wrong. Guess it depends on which farm you're working from. What else did we get? We got that. We got some orange and apple trees. Bristol. Okay, cool. I was looking for... I got a stable, but I also found this. I'm not too sure. I think it's going to be a bit overkill, really, isn't it? Yeah, that is. That's going to be overkill. It's a nice model, though, I must say. Very nice model. Hey, Kirsten, how are you? A silo. We got some silos as well. Small grain silos. And we got the conventional silo as well. We've got the chicken barn. We've already gone through that. I found a pile of grain as well, which not sure if we could fit into. It looks a bit silly, actually. It's a bit too big. We'll probably avoid that one. We've got a pallet of flour, seeds and grain corn, which is something we can utilise in some storage. Water tank might depend how much rain they have. That is true. That is true. And in the UK we do have quite a lot of rain, but we can still add some in, I guess, just to add to the atmosphere, so to speak. So that's pretty much what I found. I think I'm just checking through. Call me crazy. That's it. Yes, I forget. Yeah, I forgot you changed your name. Crazy Blue. Glad to have you back anyway, and everyone else who was here on, was it yesterday I streamed, was it the day before yesterday? Completely forgot, but thank you all for joining at this late hour in the UK, or perhaps it's a good hour for you if you're not in the UK. The Isle of Wight gets very dry during the summer, so irrigation is a must. That is true. Do you have manure tubes? I don't think so. Okay, so what we're going to do first of all, because where we left it last time was getting... Let's put these to the floor. So where we left it last time is we was trying to put down a stable, which I didn't have. So first of all, would the horses more likely be drinking from this green trough, which I assume probably so, or the round trough? Is there a typical type of trough that a horse would be drinking from? They kind of both do the same job, so not sure if there's a correct answer to that, but we're going to finish off the stables, I think, to start with. I'm just going to put this down here for now. What have I picked up? Let's get rid of that. The round trough. Oh, really? Okay, that's interesting. I would have assumed it would be the other one, but that's okay. We'll use that. Hello, a stream just like that. Nice. Hey, Had. Yes. Very off-the-cuff stream today. Isn't the round one for cows? Master Disasters. Hello, welcome. Cows usually drink from the linear troughs. Okay, cool. Well, I don't know the answer to it, so we'll do it that way round because I don't know. And we'll go from that. So I'm guessing would have like a trough either side, perhaps, of the fence for both sides being used, perhaps. Maybe we can put one there, because I imagine the troughs would be fairly similar to where each other's location is, because there's going to be a source of water somewhere. You're not going to want to be going all over the farm fields to fill them up, so I'm guessing they'll be sort of back to each other. Oh, I've just done the wrong one, haven't I? We're meant to be using the round ones. Guess it's up to the farmer. Round is more for sheep, I think. People care more about horses, so they have the green ones. Rounds are designed for having more animals. Use both. Let's go for these for this particular field. Remember, we've got a lot of fields to be working with here, so we'll go with this one for now, just because it looks tidy. And I'm guessing we can probably put the horses stable here. I mean, if we had the horses stable here, guys, would there be some sort of a fence to pin this in, or would the horses stable just be like this with a little sort of track round here, then heading out to the field? I'm not sure how it'd work. Obviously, we've got the two fields to rotate, but would there be some sort of you know, what's it called, section off from the farm field across? Or troughs are usually near the feeding area. Okay, cool. So we've got that here, haven't we? We've got this bit here. Use the round tab as water storage, and the long one is actual drinking though. Okay. Then the farmer doesn't have to carry buckets of water to the field. That's true. We pump the water from the Aquarium form. We have forms from the US. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the water and the ocean, well, the ocean's here for this area, so I guess that's realistic. I think it'll be fenced off with a gate for the horses to get to the field, but again, it's up to you. I'm sort of thinking there'll be some sort of like little track, mud track going across here where the horses have been walking along. Obviously, we need to pin in this section here. I wasn't sure if stables, you know, went straight into the fields where people were going. But we can do that. Hey Jack, OR West Country. Okay, so let's go back. Let's grab the... So the fence comes around here, which is fine. We need to put a gate in here, don't we? So let's grab those gates we found from before. The stable is usually fenced in with the field. Okay, that's cool. We'll do that. So let's search for farm gate. Let's see which one. This one is the same colour. I know for most farms here in the country, Durham, we have stone troughs that are connected by the piping that drinks water from local streams. That is, yeah, that's one thing I've seen before as well, Master of Disaster. The track is needed, obviously. The farmer uses his tractor, yes. Some mud track would be because the hooves could damage the ground. Yes, I'm thinking we'll do some sort of like textured grass or dirt to sort of bring that into play. I used to work on a horse farm. Oh, nice, excellent. So we've got an expert in the chat. Here in Yorkshire, we basically have dry stone walls. I'm going to do a combination, Jack, because we have got some... I did place some stone walls over here, just in this segment, but I do want to use some stone walls around these areas as well. So that's something we will be doing. Everywhere has dry stone walls. Yeah, that's true. So this is the same colour, so perhaps we stick with this fence. Gate. We'll move that to go next to it, and then this one as well to go there. It's the same colour, isn't it? This one's green. And I'm thinking what we'll do then, so we need to have, this is kind of like the farmhouse's back garden, I guess. We put a little swing there. I did find this greenhouse as well, which I'm thinking we can put in this corner here. Let's lower this down. Put that to there. Good morning from Indonesia. Hello, Mr. Potato. Good morning. Remember to add the dikes for the drainage around the fields. We'll do that in a different field. I don't think we'll put it into this section here. And we need to work out a good way of doing that as well. Right, let's get this pinned in here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do a fence across here and around there, I think. And then we'll put something else here. So we've got the metal fence around this bit anyway. Let's just make it more realistic and connect it up to the other fence. Let's have a look at our fences. Yeah, there's usually a gap of around 3 feet between the road and the fence, and then a ditch. Is that for all fields though? Surely there's going to be times when a field like this is going to be acceptable. Have we got any... What's this one look like? A rural wire fence. That's interesting. That could be used, couldn't it? Not for this part now, but we can use that at some point. That's the sort of things you can sometimes see sheep fields being sort of held in by. There's a sort of metal fence. It's quite a nice one. Got that fence. This is the one we've already used. Maybe we should stick to the one we've already used. So we can do something like that. Usually for pastures only. If it's a training field or crop field, that's okay. Would depend if the field is on the flat. Yes, that's true. Hello, Sheik. Nice of you to drop by. I did wonder if you was going to be around because it's a more reasonable time for yourself in the States. But we've used the well, I've used your collection, which you very kindly passed over, along with a few others I found, and we've managed to find ourselves a horse's stable, which is pretty nice. Okay, Quanstream, have a good one. I'm off tomorrow, so hence why I'm doing a later stream. So have a good sleep and have a good Monday. Thanks for dropping by. So yes, we've got some drinking troughs. We've got some food for the horses. We found some nice gates as well, which looks nice. We're just doing the stable area now. And I think that's going to have to go there. Right, okay, so we're going to do that. We're then going to go and grab it again, leaving the gap. And maybe we just do an irregular shape like this. Make it kind of parallel to that. And then we'll go back to the farm gates. On the horse farm I worked on, each stable had their own small enclosure on the outside of the stable, and then the main walk led to the pasture. Okay, so we can use this bit here then, can't we? For that comment. Been trying forever to make a Durham map for Skylines using geography map. It's a nightmare. Yeah, it is painful, isn't it, Master? But I did that with this map for the Isle of Wight, and you kind of got to do a lot freehand. But just take your time. Use what you can do with the topography, but then just use your imagination. And just do what you think looks right, because that's what I did to this. I mean, the island here is quite flat, but what happened with the topography sort of readings, it made it very unplayable on. So I was happy to just do it my way in the end. So yeah, that's, don't worry too much about that. Sometimes if you're a perfectionist like I tend to be, sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and just do what is possible. So I think we'll do this. Oh, and also guys, last time we had some issue with this over clipping. I've worked out a way that now when you do the angles, you can't see the procedural objects. You can just on that tiny corner there. And actually I might be able to show you what I did. So do you remember last time it was all sort of going all over the place? What you need to do, you basically need to get these bits and page it down so it goes under the ground. And now when you're looking the angle, you can't see that as well. Obviously if you go really low down you can, but in terms of just looking around now, those bits have all gone, which is really good. That's obviously a worry I had when I done it. Looks nice, the music is so chill, and I can imagine walking around the farm. Oh nice, cheers for that, Sheik. Are you going to do the level of detail that Monaco is? To an extent, yes, but the farmlands, you know, there's going to be a lot of farmlands on this map. If you look at this map here, so much of it is farmland that a lot of it's going to be... This is going to be like a detailed part of a farmland. But if you imagine a lot of these other areas here, it's all just going to be fields with a fence around it. This is obviously a bit more detailed because it's the farmhouse area. So it won't all be like this, but I do want to have little segments of this that are highly detailed. I can't get rivers small enough yet. My OCD. Also hi and Bryson as well. Welcome to the stream. Master Disaster. I did find a way of making slim rivers like this. I'm not sure if this is small enough for what you're looking for in terms of river. If it is, let me know and I'll show you how I did this, because this is a lot slimmer than what you can do with the freehand. So I did these in a different sort of way. So let me know if that's the sort of thing you want to do and it's the, you know, the right size and height and width, more importantly. Let me know and I'll show you quickly on stream how I did that. It's a little technique that I learned very recently, actually. Okay, so I just want to give a little bit of a dirty area here. Sweet tip on the PO fix. Cheers, Sheik. It's just something that I came across and I was like, I wonder if that would fix it, and it actually did, which is really cool. So put that there, and I'm going to put that one there as well. We could PO this, but it's going to be a bit painful, so I'm just going to just carry on as we are here. So that's sort of messing up the grass a little bit here. Do we want like a solid path track going across this? Yeah, that would be great to make the rivers where... Okay, let me give you a quick tip whilst we're here. Let me save this first. But this is a very clever way of doing rivers that I've worked out for this particular map, believe it or not. Also, how can I use small roads in the map editor? I can only get the highways. I'm not sure how you can do the small roads in the actual editor, but Mac Welshman has got some UK rural roads which are quite slim. The smallest one is obviously this one here, which is 9 meters. So you can see it's a really small road. Obviously this is only one way. If you want the two-way edition, that'll be this one, which is still slim compared to some of the roads you can get. But let me just quickly show you how I done these rivers. So let's go. Where can we go to show this off? Let's just do a very small river here. So what you need to do, you need to go on the workshop and get the terraforming network. So basically what this is, it's almost like the same as placing down roads, but you're just placing down an invisible road, so to speak. So if we just go something like this, and then go like that. If we then highlight all the nodes, and basically you want to page it down, and as we page it down, the lower we go, we then slowly get a little river. So obviously you need to go low enough down to get the water to come in, but you can see where I'm sort of going with this. Obviously ideally you'd lower the actual terraform the land to be a little lower down to this, but it gives you an idea on what's possible, because this obviously then would be a much slimmer road, a slimmer river for that. But yeah, obviously you would then go into the terraforming tool and sort of take from this area here and terraform it all the way across, so there's not a huge cliff either side. But yeah, go on the workshop and search for it. It's by Ronic69, Terraforming Network. Very handy thing to have when it comes to making small little rivers. And that was how I was able to get these really cool little rivers going and these strange shapes. The white is from your theme. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's the theme by who's it by? It's by Mr. Miyagi. He done me a White Cliffs of Dover type theme, which is perfect for this build. So I'll grab that. Yeah, definitely give it a go. It's really fun. It's actually quite an enjoyable thing to experiment with as well. This was quite fun to work on as well, and obviously getting the ends to sort of slowly build back up into a sort of ramp as well, which is pretty cool. Okay, so what do we think, guys? Do we want to do some sort... Where's that? Oh, have I just done undo too many times? I think I did. Let's put this back. Oh, no, wrong one. Dover, of course. Yes, Dover, yes. So check, yeah, it's on the workshop now, I believe. Search for White Cliffs of Dover, I think he's called it. Now, guys, do we need to have some sort of pathway going across here, or do we think this textured decal is enough? I'm also wondering how low down we can go with this, just to give a little bit. You see, like this is what I'm liking. Just a very small amount of texture. It's barely visible, but putting it in across this field just gives it a different shade. And it looks like this field is the field that's, you know, has been worn down and eaten the grass of. So the horses are obviously in this field now. And what I might do as well, we've got these little shrubby bits. If you make the decal look more linear. How do you mean? Because we have got this stuff as well. I make it look a bit worn though. To the gate, the other side of the field. Oh, what? So you mean like a walkway going across sort of thing? Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's a good idea actually. So perhaps what we can do is almost like that then. I think the decal do a good job, but you could try with a path to see how it looks. I think this is what yeah, something like this perhaps then. That looks pretty good then, because it looks like, yeah, people have been walking across this particular area. That's a good idea actually, I like that. Not sure for you guys in the UK to do this. In the US we turn unused lakes and in the slurry pools to make fertilizer. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if that is something that happens in the UK. It's not my expertise, but maybe someone in the chat would know the answer to that. Right. Looks legit. Nice. That's what we're going for. We're going for legitness. Right. So guys, what else do we think we should do for this particular area? Is there anything else we are missing, or what else we should do? And I was thinking maybe let's get some of the overgrown grass, because I'm not going to detail all of the places as detailed as this, but obviously this is going to be like a little area that's going to obviously be shown off. So what grass have we got? Looks awesome. Cheers, Sheik. You got to play some Shania Train. This is all copyright free music. I'm not sure if she would pop up on that. Old tractor. We've got a few tractors here already. We've got one hiding underneath here. We've got one on the field. I don't imagine a farmer would have more than sort of 2 tractors to himself, would they? You could put maybe something in this bit. Machine, old tractor sort of stuff there is always on farms. Okay. Or some old machinery down the side of the barn with the overgrown grass. I'm thinking, yeah, I definitely like the idea of the overgrown grass. I'm just trying to find a good one to use. Tall grass on the edge of the field. Yes, that's a good shout. Do we think a small bit like this sort of stuff? Oh, what's happening there? That's not grass, is it? I kind of want that, but less dense. Could that work? Going across the side? I think maybe just patches. Tall grass. What else have we got? We've got lots of different types of grass. That's probably a little bit too thick, isn't it? You could have a tractor or a flatbed with hay on it, ready to put out in the fields when the tractor is available to refill the feed. That's a good idea. Have a trailer or a flatbed. So did we get a trailer? We could have like the trailer. Let's do this grass bit first, then we'll go and grab a trailer. Alright, so other ones we got. That's too much. That's too much. That's not good. Are there any Land Rovers? They probably are. I'm not sure what I've got. We'll have to have a look. Got some short tufts there. Weeds. Not too sure what we can use for these corner bits. I'm thinking if we do maybe a small patch in the fence corner. I'm thinking, yeah, I think we should do a small patch. See, that's a good overgrown bit. I like the look of that. And it's only going to be one asset as well. So let's just maybe put that there. Yeah, along the edge there'll be a few patches in the middle. Scarecrow. I think there was actually a scarecrow in the workshop. I don't know if I actually got it in the end. These horses look like llamas. They got their little coats on. This is called an edge filler. So technically this should be in the corner then. Still a little bit too thick though. It's a shame. What's this one called? What have I clicked on? Is it this one? Edge filler. Is there any others called edge filler? That maybe. It's only that one, isn't it? It's a shame. I think that's. Does that look a bit too thick, guys? For like this bit, for the edges. There are these. Where are these little ones? Go back to grass. I do like the look of these. These do look really realistic in terms of the way it's been created. Could just do these sort of ones, I guess, couldn't we? These are quite small. Fluffy grass dry short. Oh yes, you do have something that can look like them tank farmers. Okay, yeah. You had a thinner one. Did I have a thinner one? Ah, this one. Short grass, yes. Poolside, I can't remember its proper name. We could do this, couldn't we? Just put some of these bits around. It's annoying that it kind of gives off a strange shape, though. That's a good point, actually. Can we lower the height of them? If we can, that's a great shout. No, we can't. That's annoying. Okay, never mind. I think these ones. Where are they? Oh, I've lost it again. These short grass ones, yeah, I think these look good. So we could just do a few patches around. Not over the top sort of thing, just a couple here and there. The only thing about that is does it look silly just around the edge and then the grass? Most of these farms these days have small wind turbines. Or solar panels. Yes, I actually found some solar panel sheet because someone else mentioned it last stream. Does it look silly if we're going all the way around the edge, or should we just do little patches? And some patches in the middle. The thing is though, putting it in the middle looks a bit odd, because they're quite strange shapes, these ones. Am I still using the same proper ones? Oh, do these raise? These ones raise up. Oh, nice. I think. Well, they kind of. I think it's because the ground level is a little bit funny here. Looks a bit silly though, I don't like the look of that. Around the edge they look alright, just in the middle they look a bit out of place. Unless we had the whole thing as a grass texture, but I think that'll be a bit overkill. And they look a bit silly as well. We will just do a bit like that then. Ah, here we go. This might be a bit better. And then we can use your idea of these. This might actually be a better idea now, yeah. Just do a few little ones then, couldn't we? A few patches around. And that also means I can probably just do a whole line across here then. That's better. And then obviously there'll be bits growing underneath the fence because you can't really get to that. Overgrown grass is not common due to the over excess amount of head. That is true, yeah. Shalom. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, that one looks better, doesn't it? Yeah. I think this is the one I thought I found earlier, but yeah, this one does look much better. I think the combination of the two look nice. It's almost like they blend into the grass as well, and it's got a few different textures and colours. So yeah, we'll do a few more bits along here as well, just to fill in this area. Around my place there's often a big unmovable rock in the middle of the field with a big tree that the farmer likes to keep. So I think, yeah, maybe that then, guys. Seems to look a bit more respectable. What else is missing? What else is missing? Have we got everything down that we kind of need to have down? I wonder if these lower down as well. Is there anything else we can add? So what did we say? Oh, sorry, Sheik was saying about a flatbed. Let's just fill in this bit as well. I just want to cover this bit up. So let's go back. If Sheik's still here, the flatbed, where would it be? Are we talking in this dirt area here? Or are we talking about the sort of garbage area, whatever we classing this as, in this corner here with the poo bales? Don't engineer it. That's it. Yeah, I don't want to do too much. I want to start working on more fields. We need to obviously expand the whole of this area. I think for a starting point, this is quite a good one. I found those crops as well, Sheik, as well. The ones you mentioned from P. Delmo, the conform coated, no, what's it called? Terraform ones, which run with the terrain. Does this overlap? We should go up to here then, shouldn't we? Let's do that. I think it'll be near the silage. Silage would be a thing you can build to, and it would be close to that. Yeah, John's just throwing his input in for the American stuff, because the thing is, you know, the UK's farms are different to Americans, but it's nice to add a bit of flair from all over the world in as well. Park a car in front of the house and call this farm job done. We should really put a car in here, shouldn't we? There should really be a driveway, actually. We haven't actually got a driveway. We could probably put something here, maybe. Or you can put it close to that barn with the hay in it already. Yeah, we could do that, couldn't we? Because this is already here. Let's do that. We did grab some trailers. We got a trailer here, haven't we? Pond in the garden and kids climbing frame. A pond would be a cool idea. I'm not sure if we got any ponds though. Got a carp fishing pond. We've got a swing already. Little sand pit. Where I live, most farms have overgrown grass. I live in the US. Yeah, I think farms have a lot of overgrown grass, don't they? Let's do we have a concrete texture? You already did it, it's on the side of the barn. Yes, you mean this, don't you? Yeah. Gotta go, my phone is almost dead. Okay, John, nice of you to pop by. Have a good day, and hopefully see you again soon. What's that? That is actually concrete. So I just want to find something for a little driveway for the farm. I'm sure, I mean, they've got this little road bit here coming in, but I'm guessing they would still have a driveway, wouldn't they? So maybe I'm thinking just this little bit here we can add. Maybe just another bit of the road. Maybe we can just do that. Maybe we can just add, where is it? This one was, this one maybe? We want this one but without any of the other bits. Or maybe we use this. No, it weren't that. What's this? No, 2 lane road don't work. Okay. Where are my rural roads? That's that. Why? Oh, maybe it was that one. That's what we can do. How about a doghouse? We could do that sort of stuff, but I think we'll do more detailing in other places as well. Don't want to go over the top with this one, but yeah, doghouse is a good idea. Let's turn that off and then put anarchy on. I suppose we could treat that as the driveway, couldn't we? The only thing is these bits don't connect up. We could just do this. And then we need to put something there. So let's try and find some gravel. That's the annoying thing about this. That's it, yeah, we can spread it all across. We've got plenty of space to work with. Later, you had used a tractor as a bus line within. We could do actually, yes, to make it go across and look like it's farming the fields, couldn't we? That's a cool idea. Is that something you've done before, Sheik? So it makes me think of something that you would probably end up doing. It doesn't look the best here, but hey. Let's see, have we got a Jeep? Nope. Have we got a... It's just like 4x4, would it be called? We must have some sort of a Jeep of some description. We might have to get some better vehicles, but for now we'll just put the what we got. We got something that's suitable. Not really many cars on here. I thought I'd download a few cars. ATV, is that what they classed as? No, I'll have to get some off the workshop then. I think I'll just put any old car down for now. Stick a caravan somewhere. I was thinking that when I saw these caravans around. We could put like a caravan in this little area, couldn't we? Is there like an old banged up one? Yeah, pickups are very American, aren't they? No land. That's it. Let's try that word. No, I'm gonna have to find. I'll have to download something. I don't have any vehicle props at the moment, really. But let's leave that like that. Let's finish that. Keep it as it is. Let's give it a save. Right. So now I want to work on doing some farmland across here as well. So I'm thinking is I'm going to have a heavy dense tree line across here. So we're going to redo that. And I want the farm here to go up against it and across. So let's do that first. Let's redo this. This tree line. Just make it a bit more dense. So the ones we were using, I think we actually had something in here we was using last time. Want the brush size to be a bit less. Here we go. Yeah. So let's do that. Let's turn the strength and density down a little bit. Okay, so let's do that and let's go back and get some of the trees. Using a lot of the tree clusters or the small trees to fill in some of these gaps. Just wanted to make this a dense sort of forest area that we can then put the farm up against. So I want it to go right to the edge where the cliff is. So whilst I'm doing that, guys, think what sort of field we'd have here in this segment. What should we go for? I like the idea of making a bit of a random bit here. A bit of a random sort of forest. Cowfield. Apples for cider. I'm wanting to get a different colour, so I'm thinking maybe we could try the corn bits that I found earlier. Let's go back over to our bits. I'm thinking we should use some of this corn, shouldn't we? Because it does look really good. Now, does this work with procedural objects as well? No, it doesn't. Which is a shame, but it is what it is. So if we go to cornfields, a hedgerow between fields. Yes, I'm going to do hedgerows between them, yeah. So let's go. Let's put the cornfield here. I mean, the cornfield, I'm guessing, would have a dirt structure around it, similar to what we've been doing on the other bits, because obviously you've got to walk around it as well. So maybe if we go 1, 2, 3, 4. How big would this be, do you reckon, guys? We'll put a hedgerow around it, but do we reckon 2 by 2, or do we go bigger? I think we do that and then put a sort of dirt track around it. And if anything, we can actually just do this sort of thing around it as well. Because it's going to be dirt underneath it more than grass, isn't it? So we could do something like this perhaps. The whole side of that area. The whole side. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do the whole side. Perfect. Excellent. Well, I'm glad you both agree, because you both seem to be the experts of farmland. So, perfect. We'll do that. Let's copy that. That would all be dirt. Excellent. Okay, we'll do that. Hey, likewise, gamer. I think adding another fill with another colour would add contrast. That's true. We could always add a little something over here. Maybe we need to get those back in line. Hi Pug, greetings from Argentina, beautiful landscape. Oh, hey MC Games, welcome. Will you ever post a series of video? Yes, likewise gamer, this is going to be part of the new series. This particular build may not be, but you will see this build at some point. But yes, the plan is to have this as the new series, the UK series. Okay, let's just, I want to see what this looks like if we put down all the dirt. Look at the difference that gives as well, the contrast. Looks so different, doesn't it? Once you put all the grass, also when you get rid of the grass, the decal, well, the texture just looks so much better. It looks even more realistic up close as well. So I think we'll do it all the way across, as you guys were saying. Let's go and let's put this field in here. We'll go up to about here then. And then perhaps we'll do another field across this segment. Now, how are we going to do this? Because it does start to bend. What do they look like overlapped? Do they look silly? Might get away with that. Looks good. It doesn't it? Yeah. Now it makes a big difference when you put down the dirt underneath it, doesn't it? See, that looks a little bit. I'm not sure. From up close, it doesn't look. It looks okay. When you zoom out, you can see it's overlapped, but it is what it is, isn't it? We can't really be too picky. We can, but okay. So let's just do that. And I imagine there'll be a fence all around this perimeter as well, even through the woodland. Unless the woodland was obviously owned by the farm. But I'm going to put that metal fence we found earlier around because I like that. And it looks like the sort of deterrent sort of fence that you would have. A sort of metal fence. Or even like that wooden fence would probably work, but let's go and do fence. Let's go to network structures. This one here. The dirt does change it, doesn't it? Yeah. And I almost want to be a bit like irregular with the fences around here. I don't want to make it look all neat and, you know, in line with each other. I think doing that actually looks much better. Because I want to have the little side gullies between the two where obviously the tractor would come on as well. Which is something we need to do actually. We need to do a little pathway to get the tractor in. But these fences are quite nice actually. It kind of reminds me of what it would be like. And then perhaps a hedge all the way down this side to block this in. I'm guessing the tractor could come in here. I think we'll do that. Let's find, what did we use last time? I think we used a dirt road, didn't we? What did we use for that? Was it one of these? I think it was a country road. I think at the end of the road would be a spot to get into the field. Or this bit. Oh, it's because that gets rid of that. That's okay, we can fill that in. I'd love to watch, but it's 1 AM here. Okay, Peter. Well, nice of you to pop by anyway. I've been trying to do some other streams at some point as well, so hopefully you can catch one of those ones. I'm always thinking that the tractor would be a perfect spot here to come in. I do want to change that road though for something that's a bit more dirt-like. Can't remember which one we used last time. Oh, it's that one. There we go. Perfect. There we go. And then we'll put some more of the hedges in this bit here to cover up here. Passing point in the road. We could do, yeah, we could do that. Let's do this here. Leave that dirt there crossing the road. I will, but I don't want to use that particular road because that road looks a bit silly. But I will put some dirt down. That's the point actually. I do like this texture, but I wonder what happens if... Because that's a little bit too bright. But this texture is quite a nice one. But what we'll do, let's put it down just for now and see what it looks like if we lower it down the ground. I've never tried lowering this one. That's pretty cool. We can do something like that then, couldn't we? So it kind of just edges onto the road. In fact, that looks perfect for a texture for the tractors to be driven over. It almost looks like it's a little track, doesn't it, where the tractors have gone up and down. That looks really nice. I'm going to put a few of these little bits in here as well to change the colour of the background. Get some really nice looking textures, can't you, of these if you do the whole page up, page down look. Now here I'm just going to do some grass, overgrown grass in between the field. I might just get the thicker stuff. What's the... Instead of road, just put a strip of grass up to the area you want to make a dirt road, so it looks like where the tyres have been and the grass in the middle. That's a good idea. If you put them in a small hill in a construction site, it looks 3D. Oh yes, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a really, really nice texture that is. It's almost like those puddles, Chic, where those puddles themselves look so realistic. Tyres, not tyres. I knew what you mean. It's fine. What am I looking for? This one maybe? Just wanted to fill in this area a little bit so it's not all just dirt. There we go. Okay. Just going to pick a random album to listen to here. No idea what it sounds like. Right. So what should we do on this left-hand side of the field, guys? Do we do more crops or should we do something slightly different? We've got this big farm bit here, haven't we? So we said we was going to put a big hedge around this. So I think we'll just do that and close this area. So do that. That looks pretty good. But yeah, guys, what do we reckon for this left-hand side? Let's put a gate in here as well, don't we? This is the perfect one from here. This is the one I was waiting to use. The metal fence. What's this one? Again, cider. I'm not sure I've got any cider stuff. Those drinking farm as well. I'm guessing something's got to keep them going, isn't it? Not sure if I like that colour. I know it's picky, but what other fences have we got to play with? What's this? Looks like one of those bits you got to sort of go into and round to get in. Might do one of those here actually. Do you know what I mean? It's like those double gates, isn't it? Where you got to go in. You undo one to get through to the next bit. I don't think it is, but it kind of works like that. It could be a field waiting for crop to be planted. What would that look like in terms of the colour? It should be cheap wire, not iron. Do you reckon those ones we used up the top then, Sheik, would they be a better fit for this bit, do you think? Have we got a wire fence? Do you reckon, what about the ones up here, do you reckon this would be suitable? That's quite, it's like quite a cheap one, isn't it? The one we've already put around. And to be fair, it actually fits this bit as well. I'll copy that. Now I would normally do that all the way across, but we've got these bushes here. I don't think we really need to do that. Where is that wire fence on the workshop? This one here. It's called Rural Wire Fence. It might be one that came with the DLCs. I'm not sure. I don't remember downloading it, but that doesn't mean that it's not from the workshop. It's a network fence chic, yeah. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let's grab that node if we can. Let's drag it over. I'm not sure a fence is useful there already. Yeah, that's it. That's what I mean. Had there's no point putting it there, is there? Because there's already all these hedges around. I think we'll just bring this right up to this end here. There's a lot of times I've seen just a random bit like this in a farmer's field. That's looking pretty cool. Definitely like the look of these crops. They do look really nice, and I think they're quite old as well, aren't they? If it's done by P. Delmo, he's not released a lot for at least a year, I'd say, and they're still looking top notch. Right, so I want to fill in this other field on the left hand side, and then I'll probably have to call it a night, as it is midnight here in the UK now. But I'm probably going to stream tomorrow. So what should we do this side, guys? Do we carry on the crops? Do we do another field? If so, what are we going to do it as and with? We've obviously got all of these bits to play with as well at some point. They are older. Problem was the LOD, but now that should be fixed. Yes. So any ideas, guys? Because I'm running out of ideas for this field here. Cows. I'm thinking what we'll do, Master, for the cows and sheep, I want to have a much larger field. I think this is probably going to have to be some sort of either continuation of crops or, you know, of farmland. You can put a row of houses along the road and forest fill behind it. I think I'm going to avoid the houses on this strip for now. But that is an idea in terms of what, you know, I want to get some nice looking sort of little village houses around some of this farmland eventually. But here I think we just want to fill it in with another bit of farmland perhaps. I don't want to do any houses just yet, and there'll be a a reason why that is the case at some point in the near future. I'll go staying crop in that field. Okay, let's just do the same then. Let's just keep the trend going. Go there as well, and then we'll just fill in that side. More corn will be logical, or the processing silos for the corn. When you say the processing silos for the corn, Sheik, what's that? Have I got that already? Because we have got a bit of space here. We could perhaps put it in there. If it would be sort of in this sort of area, just off the farmer's field. It's a shame we have a little gap here, but maybe we can fill it in with something else that looks like corn. Oyster farm near the beach, that could be something. That could definitely be something. Do we have any other corny bits? Oh yeah, there's these corn ends. Yeah, it's not the same colour though. Hey Liam. Let's look for weeds. Maybe we can just put some of those in here. Just to make it almost look like it's the same bit. Actually, that's not that far off. At least then it gives it more of a shape, so it looks like it's obviously not the same items, but it looks close to it, doesn't it? Cleans the edges off a little bit then. You can make it trees for the old fill spots. That's what's behind my house all over the place. What, just fill in this whole bit trees? We could perhaps just do this and leave a little gap so the farmer can get across from one side to the other perhaps. And then we'll make that gate go like that. Okay. Can we grab some of those bigger trees and just fill that bit in there? I don't think that looks too bad. It's looking more farm-like, I think, now. So we've got a little gate to get into this segment. Farmer could get in through here, which makes sense. We could then fill in this bit as well. This is the medium one. Where's the large? Small, small, large. Here we go. Do that, but I also think put a few trees in here as well. That looks more like the sort of thing I'm used to seeing outside my window. To an extent, anyway. Does make a massive difference when you put all this down, doesn't it? It just comes to life now when you start looking through like the tree lines, and this is such a UK country road now with all the trees either side, the farm field to your right hand side. Just looks very similar to what I'm used to seeing quite regularly, especially these sort of bits where there's a little clip in where people can bring in the tractors and that. And it's always those little bits of detail that make things come alive. I like this gravel. This gravel is actually a really nice texture. Glad I've picked that for the theme because it works perfectly for this farmland. Oh, we got a... Was that a dodgy bit there? Let's see if we can fix this. Like I said earlier, we go to edit, we pick up that node, and we basically go page down, and there we go. Disappears. Cheers, Sheik and Etienne. Thank you very much. I think that's going to be where we leave it today, guys. Not sure where we're going to go next. I think probably this big area here. We'll work on some farmland around here. Probably a bit more livestock. A lot more cornfields. Luckily it's a game we can't smell the animal manure, the common in the country smell. That is very true. And I certainly wouldn't want to be driving past this part with all the poo in the corner there. I can imagine that in the summer would be ponging out the whole of this area, especially if there's manure down on these crops. I think that would be quite an interesting smell. But nonetheless, guys, I am going to leave it there. If you're about tomorrow, I will probably do a stream at some point tomorrow, because I'm going to try and do as much as I can with this new build. Yeah, so to give you a bit of background, because I'm using the beta of the new DLC and the update, unfortunately there's been an issue with one of the assets that I've laid down on my up-to-date map. So this map here is actually an old version of my map, but I'm using it because I need to work on ways of doing the farmlands. So that is causing me a bit of a problem at the moment, because I have created a lot more on this map that I can't show off yet until this asset's fixed. Unfortunately, this asset means that when I load the game up with the new version of the update, the game doesn't work. The map and everything inside it goes all funny because there's a conflict in this particular asset. So I've had to go back to before I place down those assets. Luckily I do save my games quite regularly, so I've had to go all the way back. This is the first up-to-date. Well, sorry, this is the earliest map that I can get into and play properly. And obviously, the new update hits the workshop. Well, hits your games in a day's time. It'll be here. It'll be here tomorrow. Technically, now in the UK. So what I've done here today, I'm hoping that I can still use via the move it import export. So I'm hoping I can still just copy this into the up-to-date map once it's resolved. So if that asset can't be resolved and I can no longer use the up-to-date map, I will just make the modifications on this map and keep the farmland as I have done and sort of move on from there. So that's why we are where we are today. But yes, that's it for today, guys. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, if you're in your day, or evening or night, because I am going to bed very shortly. So thank you all, guys. As always, check out the my Twitter for updates. If you want to jump in to my Discord channel, you can do so via the following link I'm about to post to you. So yeah, if you want to chat in the Discord, use that link and come and join us. And other than that, guys, keep an eye out, because I should hopefully be streaming tomorrow, if not the day after. So all the best, guys. Have a good one, and I'll catch you later. Ta-ta.